Hello, friends. Are you tired of constantly juggling multiple tasks and still feeling like you're not getting anything done? What if I told you that by simply changing the way you focus, you could achieve more than ever before? Welcome to the Audioquill, where we bring you insightful audiobook summaries that can transform your life. Today, we're diving into The Art of Focus, a game-changing book that unveils the secrets to unlocking your true potential and mastering the art of deep, uninterrupted focus. But here's the twist. This isn't just about tips you can apply today. The points we'll cover will radically shift the way you approach every task and help you live a more intentional, productive life. In this video, we'll discuss 10 essential strategies that will help you conquer distractions, stay laser-focused, and achieve the success you've always wanted. If you stick with me till the end, you'll not only learn why multitasking is a myth, but also discover how a simple shift in mindset and environment can improve every aspect of your life, from work to relationships, and even your overall well-being. Imagine waking up every day with the clarity to focus on what truly matters. This video is your first step toward that transformation. So don't go anywhere. Watch till the end, and you'll learn not just how to focus, but how to truly make focus your lifestyle. Chapter 1. The myth of multitasking. We live in an age where being busy is worn like a badge of honor, and multitasking is often seen as a superpower. But in The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter shatters this illusion right from the start by exposing multitasking as one of the biggest myths holding us back from achieving true productivity. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself checking emails while attending a meeting, or scrolling through social media while trying to work on an important task? It feels like you're doing more, like you're making the most of your time. But in reality, you're doing less and doing it poorly. Walter explains that what we think of as multitasking is nothing more than rapid task switching. Your brain is not performing multiple activities at once. It's actually jumping back and forth between tasks, and every time it switches, it incurs what psychologists call a switching cost. This mental toll may seem small in the moment, but over time, it drains your energy, scatters your attention, and significantly reduces the quality of your work. Your brain needs time to reorient itself after each switch, and that constant reorientation makes you slower and more error-prone. It's like trying to run in two different directions at once. You end up going nowhere fast. Walter emphasizes that true focus cannot exist in a multitasking environment. Multitasking not only damages your productivity, but it also weakens your ability to concentrate deeply when it really matters. It kills your flow state, the mental zone where you feel unstoppable, fully immersed in your work and capable of producing your best results. Multitasking is addictive because it gives the illusion of progress, but it's a trap, one that leads to mental fatigue, stress, and a chronic feeling of underachievement. If you truly want to master your time, your energy, and your potential, the first step is to let go of multitasking and embrace single tasking. The art of doing one thing with full presence, undivided attention, and genuine intention. Because in the end, productivity isn't about how many things you start. It's about how well you finish the one that matters most. Chapter 2. Why we lose focus. Have you ever sat down with the full intention of doing something important, finishing a project, reading a book, or even just having a quiet moment of clarity, and within minutes, found yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone, checking notifications, or thinking about something completely unrelated. You're not alone. And according to Daniel Walter in The Art of Focus, this isn't a sign of weakness or laziness. It's a symptom of a distracted world that's been carefully designed to hijack your mind. In this chapter, Walter dives deep into the psychological and environmental reasons why we struggle so much to stay focused. He explains that our attention is under constant assault, both externally and internally. Externally, we're surrounded by devices, alerts, buzzing phones, breaking news, emails, and apps that are engineered, literally programmed, to grab our attention and never let it go. Every time you hear a ping or see a new notification bubble, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, and just like that, you're hooked. These small moments might feel harmless, but over time, they condition our brain to seek instant gratification and shallow stimulation, pulling us further away from the deeper, more meaningful work that requires sustained attention. But it's not just the external world causing chaos. Internal distractions are equally powerful. Thoughts about the future, worries from the past, fear of failure, perfectionism, and a restless mind all play their part in breaking our focus. Walter explains that our brains have been trained, over years of fast-paced digital consumption, to resist stillness, to resist depth, and to resist discomfort. That's why sitting down to do focused work often feels uncomfortable. It's not your fault. It's your conditioning. Add to that the societal pressure to always be available, always be productive, always be responding. And it's no wonder that our attention span is shrinking and our mental exhaustion is growing. Walter warns us that if we don't take back control of our attention, the world will continue to dictate where it goes, and with it, dictate the quality of our life. Because what you focus on becomes your reality. If your attention is constantly scattered, your life will feel scattered too. But the good news is, once you understand why you're losing focus, you can start building the habits and boundaries to protect it. And that's exactly what this book aims to teach. How to reclaim your focus in a world that's constantly trying to steal it from you. Chapter 3. The Power of Deep Work. In a world that thrives on distractions, the ability to focus deeply on a single task is becoming rarer and more valuable. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter introduces the concept of deep work and explains why it's one of the most powerful tools we can develop to achieve extraordinary results. Deep work is not just about working hard. It's about working smart, shutting out the noise and diving into tasks that require full concentration and intellectual effort. The beauty of deep work lies in its ability to allow you to tap into your highest potential, to access a state where your skills are stretched to their limits and your mind is operating at its peak. Walter explains that this kind of focus is what separates the best from the rest. The top performers, innovators, and creators are the ones who can consistently access deep concentration, even in a world that's constantly trying to pull them in a million directions. But here's the truth. Deep work isn't something that happens by accident. It requires intention, practice, and a commitment to unplugging from the digital world. It's about creating long, uninterrupted blocks of time where you can immerse yourself in work without distractions, whether that's writing, problem solving, coding, designing, or any task that requires full intellectual engagement. Walter highlights that in today's world, where shallow work, like checking emails, attending endless meetings, and responding to notifications, dominates most of our days, deep work is becoming a rare skill. Yet, it's precisely this skill that leads to breakthroughs. It's in those hours of unbroken focus that ideas are birthed, projects are completed at the highest level, and real progress happens. But accessing deep work requires discipline. It demands that you set clear boundaries, eliminate distractions, and make conscious decisions to protect your focus. Walter stresses that, unlike shallow work, deep work isn't easy. It can feel draining, uncomfortable, and at times even frustrating. But that's exactly why it's so valuable. The effort you put into cultivating deep work pays off immensely. The more you practice it, the more you strengthen your ability to concentrate, to solve complex problems, and to produce high-quality work in less time. In essence, deep work is the antidote to a distracted mind. It's the secret weapon of those who achieve greatness. By learning to focus deeply, you unlock your potential and open doors to achievements that shallow work simply can't deliver. And the best part? You don't need to work longer hours. You just need to work smarter, with more focus and intention. As Walter puts it, deep work is the key to creating meaningful progress in a world full of noise and distractions. Chapter 4: Creating a Focused Environment. We often underestimate the impact of our surroundings on our ability to focus. But in The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter makes a compelling case that your environment plays a critical role in either supporting or sabotaging your concentration. A focused environment doesn't just mean a quiet room. It's about designing a space and a lifestyle that eliminate distractions, foster creativity, and enhance productivity. Walter explains that focus is fragile, and to protect it, you must deliberately create conditions that encourage sustained attention. This begins with your physical space. A cluttered, noisy, or chaotic environment doesn't just distract you. It sends signals to your brain that are associated with stress and overwhelm. To promote focus, you need to cultivate a workspace that is clean, organized, and free from unnecessary distractions. Whether it's a home office, a desk, or even a corner of a room, your workspace should be a sanctuary for deep work. Remove anything that doesn't serve the task at hand. For example, leave your phone out of sight, close unnecessary browser tabs, and make sure your physical space is conducive to productivity. Walter emphasizes that your environment also extends beyond your immediate surroundings. It includes the people you interact with and the digital noise that surrounds you. To create a truly focused environment, you need to set boundaries with people and technology. This might mean setting clear work hours where you're unreachable, using noise-canceling headphones to block out distractions, or creating digital do not disturb zones on your devices. But it's not just about avoiding distractions. It's also about fostering the right mindset and energy. Walter talks about the importance of having rituals or routines that help signal to your brain that it's time to focus. For example, a simple routine like having a cup of coffee before diving into work or lighting a candle as a signal to your mind that it's time for deep work can help prepare you mentally. Additionally, Walter suggests curating your environment with positive influences that keep you motivated and inspired. Whether it's surrounding yourself with books, artwork, or quotes that fuel your passion, or playing instrumental music that enhances focus, the goal is to create an atmosphere that aligns with your creative and intellectual needs. What you see, hear, and feel in your environment directly influences how you think and perform. So it's essential to build a space that not only eliminates distractions but actively encourages focus. And while it's tempting to believe that you can focus anywhere, Walter emphasizes that the best results come from intentional environments, spaces that you've designed with the sole purpose of helping you concentrate, think deeply, and produce your best work. Creating a focused environment isn't a one-time task. It's an ongoing process of adjusting and refining your surroundings to ensure they're aligned with your goals and values. When you take the time to set up your environment for success, you'll find that focus becomes more effortless and your ability to concentrate and produce high-quality work will improve exponentially. So don't underestimate the power of your environment. It's a powerful tool that can either hinder or enhance your ability to stay focused and achieve your best work. Chapter 5. Train your brain to focus. In a world filled with endless distractions, it's easy to feel like our attention spans are shrinking. But in The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter insists that focus is not a skill you're born with. It's one you can train and strengthen over time. Just like any other muscle in your body, your brain can be conditioned to improve its ability to concentrate, and the key lies in practice, discipline, and consistency. Walter explains that, unfortunately, most people have not developed their focus muscle because we live in a culture that constantly encourages multitasking and fragmented attention. However, just as an athlete trains for peak performance, you can train your brain for better focus. The first step, according to Walter, is to start small. Trying to focus for hours at a time when you've never practiced concentration can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, begin by setting aside small blocks of uninterrupted time, perhaps just 20 to 30 minutes, and gradually increase that duration as your ability to concentrate improves. Walter recommends a technique called the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in short, focused bursts followed by brief breaks. This method not only helps you build stamina, but also creates a sense of urgency that can drive your productivity. But the real challenge, Walter says, is learning to resist the urge to switch tasks when distractions pop up. Every time your mind wanders or your phone buzzes, it pulls you out of the flow state, and your brain has to work harder to get back on track. This constant battle between focus and distraction is what makes training your brain so important. One effective way to train your focus is by practicing mindfulness and meditation. Walter emphasizes that these practices help you develop the mental discipline required to stay focused for longer periods. Meditation, in particular, teaches you to observe your thoughts without reacting to them, which in turn strengthens your ability to focus on a single task without being derailed by intrusive thoughts. Another powerful strategy is to reduce the number of choices you make throughout the day. By simplifying your environment, your routines, and your decisions, you conserve precious mental energy that can be used for focusing on the things that matter most. Walter also highlights the importance of consistency. Just like physical exercise, building your ability to focus requires daily effort. Over time, the more you train your brain, the more automatic focus will become. Eventually, you'll find that you can enter a state of deep work more easily, stay engaged for longer periods, and produce higher quality work. And perhaps most importantly, by training your brain to focus, you'll not only become more productive, you'll also experience greater mental clarity, less stress, and a stronger sense of accomplishment. In the end, the ability to focus is one of the most valuable skills you can possess, and it's entirely within your control. The key is to start training your brain today, even if it's just a few minutes at a time, and to keep practicing until focus becomes second nature. Chapter 6: Build Habits That Support Focus. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter emphasizes that to truly master focus, you can't rely on willpower alone. Instead, you need to build sustainable habits that support your ability to concentrate. Our daily habits shape how we approach work, how we handle distractions, and ultimately how much mental energy we have to devote to meaningful tasks. Walter explains that habits are the foundation of a focused life. They are automatic behaviors that, over time, become ingrained in our routine. So, if you want to improve your ability to focus, you need to build habits that create an environment conducive to deep work. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is establishing a focused work routine. By setting specific times during the day for uninterrupted focus, your brain will begin to associate certain hours with concentration, making it easier to get into a productive flow. Walter recommends creating rituals around your focused work blocks, whether it's lighting a candle, turning off notifications, or having a quiet cup of coffee before you begin. These small cues signal to your brain that it's time to engage in deep work, making it easier to transition into focus. Another key habit is prioritizing tasks to ensure that you're putting your focus on the most important things. Walter advises planning your day around your peak focus times, which for many people are in the morning or after a break. By identifying your most productive hours and scheduling your most demanding tasks during these periods, you give yourself the best chance to achieve the focus you need. Building the habit of prioritizing tasks also means saying no to less important things that could dilute your concentration, such as responding to every email or attending unnecessary meetings. Alongside task prioritization, Walter stresses the importance of single tasking. In a world obsessed with multitasking, single tasking is a game changer. When you focus on one task at a time, you eliminate the mental clutter that comes with switching between tasks, and you'll find that you can complete work more efficiently and with higher quality. But habits don't stop at work-related tasks. How you spend your time outside of work plays a huge role in supporting focus as well. Walter encourages readers to build habits that promote mental clarity and well-being, such as regular exercise, proper sleep, and mindfulness practices. A healthy body and mind are crucial to maintaining focus over the long term. For instance, getting enough sleep is non-negotiable when it comes to focus, as rest is vital for consolidating memories and optimizing brain function. Similarly, engaging in physical activity helps reduce stress and boosts cognitive performance, enabling you to stay sharp throughout the day. Walter also suggests practicing deliberate disengagement, which involves taking regular breaks from work to recharge, giving your brain the rest it needs to maintain focus when you return to your tasks. Building these habits won't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, they become second nature, and the benefits compound over time. As you build habits that support focus, you'll notice that not only does your productivity increase, but so does your overall sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. With a focused mind, you're able to engage in deeper, more meaningful work and experience a heightened sense of clarity, making each day more productive and fulfilling. Walter's message is clear. If you want to truly master focus and achieve extraordinary results, you must build habits that support it. Because focus is not a fleeting state, but a lifelong practice. Chapter 7. Avoid decision fatigue. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter introduces the concept of decision fatigue, a phenomenon that many of us experience without even realizing its impact on our productivity and ability to focus. Decision fatigue occurs when you're faced with making too many choices throughout the day, leading to mental exhaustion, poor decision making, and a drastic decrease in focus. Walter explains that our brains have a limited capacity to make decisions. Each choice we make depletes our mental energy, and as the day goes on, we become more prone to making impulsive, suboptimal decisions. This is especially problematic for people who are required to make many decisions in their daily work, like entrepreneurs, managers, or even students who find themselves overwhelmed by the constant barrage of choices. Walter reveals that the key to overcoming decision fatigue lies in reducing the number of decisions you make and streamlining your daily routines. One powerful strategy is to create a decision-free zone by automating or delegating routine decisions. For example, by planning your meals in advance or setting a consistent daily schedule, you eliminate the need to decide what to eat or when to start your work, leaving more mental energy for important tasks that require deep focus. Walter highlights the importance of simplifying your choices to conserve mental energy. For instance, successful leaders like Steve Jobs and Barack Obama were known for wearing similar outfits every day to reduce the number of trivial decisions they had to make. By limiting the decisions about what to wear or how to organize their day, they could conserve the mental bandwidth for the more critical choices that truly mattered. Another tactic Walter recommends is to batch similar tasks together. Instead of making decisions throughout the day, group similar tasks like responding to emails or making phone calls into specific time slots. This approach helps reduce the mental load of constantly switching between tasks and allows you to focus on one type of decision-making at a time, keeping your energy intact. Walter also encourages readers to implement decision-making frameworks that can guide them through complex choices without draining the cognitive resources. By developing a set of criteria or steps to follow, you make the decision process smoother and faster, reducing the mental stress of indecision. Perhaps most importantly, Walter stresses that taking care of your physical and mental well-being plays a crucial role in preventing decision fatigue. A well-rested mind, regular exercise, and mindfulness practices all contribute to a stronger mental state, enabling you to make better decisions with clarity and focus. The more you learn to avoid decision fatigue, the more energy you'll have to direct toward your most important goals. By reducing the strain of constant decision-making, you free up mental space for deep work and creative thinking, ultimately enhancing your productivity and improving your ability to stay focused. The message here is simple yet profound. Small decisions add up, and by taking proactive steps to minimize unnecessary choices, You can protect your mental energy and preserve your ability to concentrate on what really matters. Chapter 8. Protecting your time. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter underscores one of the most critical yet often overlooked elements of productivity: protecting your time. Time, according to Walter, is the most precious resource we have, and once it's gone forever. In today's fast-paced world, it's all too easy to let time slip away without realizing how much of it is wasted on distractions, unnecessary commitments, and reactive tasks that don't contribute to our most important goals. Walter emphasizes that protecting your time is not just about managing your schedule. It's about consciously deciding how and where you allocate your most valuable asset. He explains that one of the first steps in protecting your time is to be extremely selective about the commitments you make. Too often, we say yes to everything, whether it's a meeting, a social event, or a new project, without evaluating whether it aligns with our priorities or whether it will help us make progress toward our goals. Walter advocates for the power of saying no, learning to decline things that don't serve your mission or aren't in line with your long-term vision. This requires a strong sense of purpose and clarity about what matters most, and it's a habit that must be cultivated if you want to protect your time. Another vital aspect of protecting your time is setting boundaries. Walter stresses that without clear boundaries, your time is constantly at the mercy of others. Whether it's colleagues asking for your help, clients making last-minute demands, or friends pulling you into unnecessary conversations. By establishing boundaries and communicating them effectively, you take control of your schedule, ensuring that your time is spent on activities that move you closer to your goals. Moreover, Walter suggests creating time blocks for your focused work. By intentionally reserving periods of uninterrupted time for deep work, you ensure that you are dedicating your best hours to the most important tasks. Walter also highlights the need for intentional breaks. Protecting your time isn't just about working more efficiently. It's also about knowing when to step back and recharge. Taking regular breaks helps maintain your energy and focus throughout the day, preventing burnout and ensuring that you remain productive in the long run. Walter points out that the most successful people protect their time by creating rituals around their work and personal lives that safeguard their mental and physical health. This includes not only reserving time for deep work, but also carving out time for relaxation, family, and self-care. He emphasizes that protecting your time isn't selfish. It's necessary for maintaining a healthy balance between achieving your professional goals and enjoying your personal life. Ultimately, Walter's message is clear. If you don't actively protect your time, it will be claimed by others and by distractions. By learning to manage your time with intention, saying no to the unnecessary, setting strong boundaries, and prioritizing what truly matters, you can regain control over your life and create the space needed for deep, meaningful work that leads to success. Chapter 9. Focus is a lifestyle. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter presents the powerful idea that focus is not just a skill, but a lifestyle, one that needs to be nurtured, cultivated, and sustained in every aspect of your life. According to Walter, the ability to focus goes far beyond a single task or moment. It's about creating an entire way of life that revolves around prioritizing your most important goals, avoiding distractions, and intentionally designing your environment and routines to support deep work. Focus, he argues, is something you live and breathe. It's a mindset that influences everything you do, from your work to your personal life. Achieving this type of lifestyle requires constant practice and discipline, and the key to maintaining it is consistency. Walter emphasizes that to truly integrate focus into your life, you must be deliberate about every aspect of your day, including how you structure your time, how you approach your relationships, and even how you engage with technology. One of the most essential elements of this lifestyle is learning to be proactive, not reactive. Instead of waiting for distractions to take over your time, you must take control of your environment by establishing strong habits that make focus the default mode of operation. For example, Walter suggests that you begin by creating rituals that signal to your mind that it's time to focus. This might mean starting your workday with a specific routine, whether it's organizing your workspace, meditating for a few minutes, or setting clear intentions for the day. These rituals help to anchor your attention and prime your mind for deep, uninterrupted work. Moreover, Walter explains that adopting a lifestyle of focus requires being mindful of the people and activities you surround yourself with. If your social circle or your environment is filled with distractions, it becomes much harder to maintain the focus required for high-level work. He advises cultivating relationships with people who respect your time and support your goals, and ensuring that your physical and digital environments are free of interruptions that could derail your productivity. Walter also discusses the importance of balance in this lifestyle. While focus is key, it's equally important to recognize the value of rest, recreation, and time away from work. A lifestyle of focus doesn't mean working non-stop. Rather, it's about finding the rhythm between intense periods of concentration and restorative breaks that keep your mind sharp and energized. He encourages adopting practices like mindfulness, exercise, and leisure activities to keep your body and mind in optimal condition. Most importantly, Walter emphasizes that making focus a lifestyle is a long-term commitment. It's not a quick fix or a temporary strategy. It's about creating lasting habits that align with your values and your vision for the future. This means constantly evaluating your priorities and making adjustments to ensure that you're always dedicating time to what truly matters. As you begin to live a focused life, you'll notice that your productivity, creativity, and overall satisfaction with your work will soar. By making focus a consistent part of your everyday routine, you not only achieve better results, but also find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose in everything you do. Walter's message is clear. Focus isn't just something you do. It's something you become. And by weaving it into every aspect of your life, you set yourself up for lasting success and personal growth. Chapter 10. The Focused Life. In The Art of Focus, Daniel Walter concludes his journey by exploring what it means to live a focused life. He explains that living a focused life is not about squeezing as much productivity as possible into every waking moment, but about aligning your attention with your deepest values and aspirations. A focused life is one where your time, energy, and efforts are purposefully directed toward the things that matter most to you, rather than being distracted by the noise and demands of the world. Walter emphasizes that to live a focused life You must first have clarity of purpose. Without a clear sense of your goals and vision, it becomes too easy to get lost in the day-to-day distractions that pull you in multiple directions. Once you have clarity, you can begin to organize your life around your most important priorities, ensuring that every action you take is contributing to the achievement of those goals. Walter argues that living a focused life requires consistent discipline. It's about making deliberate choices each day that support your long-term success, rather than succumbing to the temptations of instant gratification or short-term rewards. He talks about the importance of learning to say no to things that aren't in alignment with your purpose. Whether that's unnecessary meetings, trivial tasks, or even toxic relationships that drain your energy. Walter also stresses that living a focused life isn't about working harder or longer. It's about working smarter by being intentional with your time and preserving your energy for the things that truly matter. This means creating boundaries that protect your focus, setting aside time for deep work, and making sure you're not constantly reacting to external demands. Additionally, Walter highlights the power of mindfulness in creating a focused life. When you're fully present in the moment, you're better able to direct your attention toward what's important rather than letting your mind wander or getting caught up in distractions. He encourages readers to develop mindfulness practices such as meditation or journaling that help you stay grounded and centered throughout the day. Moreover, Walter emphasizes the need for rest and recovery in a focused life. It's easy to burn out if you're constantly on the go without taking time to recharge. A balanced life includes not only hard work, but also time for relaxation, fun, and self-care. By taking care of your body and mind, you maintain the energy and mental clarity required to stay focused on your goals. Walter also explores the role of passion in a focused life. When you're passionate about what you do, focus comes more naturally because you're deeply engaged and motivated. He urges readers to connect with their passions and incorporate them into their daily lives. In essence, living a focused life is about creating harmony between your actions and your values, so that everything you do is in alignment with your greater purpose. Walter concludes that the path to a focused life is a lifelong journey, one that requires continuous self-reflection, intentional decision-making, and a commitment to living with purpose. When you fully embrace this focused lifestyle, the rewards are profound. Not only will you achieve greater success, but you'll also find deeper satisfaction, fulfillment, and meaning in everything you do. A focused life, according to Walter, is one of deep clarity, intentionality, and joy. A life where your efforts are directed toward creating the future you desire. So those were the 10 key points from The Art of Focus that can truly help you elevate your productivity and live a focused life. We talked about the myth of multitasking, how to create a focused environment, the power of deep work, and so much more. Each point, if implemented, can make a significant impact on your ability to focus and achieve your goals. Now, if you found these insights helpful and want to dive deeper into this transformative journey, here's what you can do. Like this video, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to the Audioquill so you can keep receiving valuable content like this. By subscribing, you'll always have access to more engaging audiobook summaries, productivity tips, and life-changing advice. Remember, you'll find more such videos right here on the Audioquill. So stay connected and keep learning. Thank you again for watching. And don't forget to share this knowledge with those around you. See you in the next video. So those were the 10 key points from the art of focus that can truly help you elevate your productivity and live a focused life. We talked about the myth of multitasking, how to create a focused environment, the power of deep work, and so much more. Each point, if implemented, can make a significant impact on your ability to focus and achieve your goals. Now, if you found these insights helpful and want to dive deeper into this transformative journey, here's what you can do. Like this video, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to the Audioquill so you can keep receiving valuable content like this. By subscribing, you'll always have access to more engaging audiobook summaries, productivity tips, and life-changing advice. Remember, you'll find more such videos right here on the Audioquill. So stay connected and keep learning. Thank you again for watching. And don't forget to share this knowledge with those around you. See you in the next video.